Sue here again from Sue's Dolbrodmaeth Garden today. It's the 29th of June. I absolutely do not know what's happened to this month. It's just flown. Gone. Whew. Gone. Anyway, it was sad. It's gone already, and yeah, it wasn't a very eventful month, I must say. Apart from my birthday and going out for a meal with my lovely man, that was about the most eventful thing we've done this month. Anyway, I've just come out because I'm going to do a bit of gardening. The wind's dropped. It's still not sunny. It's really cloudy. It's not that warm. I mean, for the time of year, it should be a lot warmer. We're back with our body warmer, our jacket. So it's definitely not warm. It's okay, but it's not warm. I mean, we've gone from whatever that was with the heat, which lasted for 2 days, back to the cloud coverage sky that the sun can't get through, to cold and breezy again. So really freaky weather we're having these days, I must say. Poor plants, don't know whether they're coming or going. 1 minute they're baking hot and you've got to water everything, and the next minute it's getting soaked by the rain and you don't have to water it. But one thing that is a constant is my polytunnel, because the temperature in here, even when it's cold outside, it's still always fairly warm in here, even when it's cold. So everything's been flourishing massively in my polytunnel. Massively. It's really cool. And I done that video yesterday where I showed you me clearing it up, so it's a lot tidier again now. I still need to put all these pots and things away onto the table. I will do that. I want to do some more seeds and some potting on today, and some cuttings from these wallflowers, and see if they take. Because if I can do them from cuttings, then by the time they've rooted, I can plant them straight out in the garden. So when they start growing again early spring, they will be established in the garden before the winter. So that's the plan. And then maybe, just maybe, they might be better than the plants that I've done from small plants and put them in the wall, where the wallflowers are going, which didn't grow very well. So I'm going to try a different method this time. So we're going to take cuttings from the wallflowers today. Just thought I'd show you that cucumber. It's getting really tall. It's past my chest now. Well, there. It's on my chest. That one's really getting big. So that's the cucumbers there. They're starting to really grow. We just need to keep feeding them now and take out some of the cucumbers so that there's not too many growing at once, because otherwise they sort of fight for space and stuff. So if you see like where there's 2 cucumbers growing, take out 1. So every 2 cucumbers, like there's 2 there, 2 flowers there, so we should take 1 out there. I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, so I've just come out. It's quite late. It's nearly 10 to 12, I think, on Saturday. And I need to trim up some brambles. I just noticed around by the bushes growing where I've left it to go wild this year. There's a lot of brambles there. I just need to go and cut them out with these. So I've just come round from my gloves, and then I'm going to do a bit of trimming. And then we'll do the wallflower cuttings. Okay, bye. Beautiful swans. Aww. Hello. It's Daddy and Mummy. And all your babies. Oh.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Hello. Oh. I haven't got any food, sorry.
No bread, I'm afraid.
Oh, I've got lots of things to eat in there anyway. Much better for them than bread. Hello, Sue here again from Sue's Dolbrodmaeth garden today, and it's the 2nd of July 2024 and I've just come out in the garden. I'm going to harvest the fruit today under the netting because it really does need doing, and we're probably going to harvest some more peas, and then we need to tidy up around this polytunnel because it's getting in quite a mess, and I said I was going to put all them plants in. Some of them have, I've just watered them, so I'm leaving them to water for a little while, and then I will come back and put them in the garden. But it's actually cold, it's 14 degrees, so it's still like winter. It's the 2nd of July. So yeah, summer's gone. I think that's it for summer for us here in Wales anyway. Didn't have any summer really, 2 days. Yeah, typical. Don't know what they're doing with the weather, but they're doing something to make it horrible all the time for us. No sun. Anyway, yeah, that's something else to debate, isn't it? Anyway, let's crack on and do some harvesting of fruit today in round here. I'll show you. I'll uncover it and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, it's past 6 on the 2nd of July. So I was doing the harvesting earlier today, and then went in, done the dog, had lunch, and then we went out to Mac to take the bike, which we've ended up bringing back because the shop can't take it till Friday. So we had fish and chips out. We've just come back, and now I've just come back outside because I need to finish harvesting at least one of these bushes, of which I've got loads of red currants. I'll show you once I've harvested the rest of the red currants, and then we're going to cover the rest up and with the net and continue doing it tomorrow because it does take rather a long time to do because I want to take every berry off that I can find. So you have to go through each part of the plant like one cane at a time because they're like canes but they're all together to make one plant, if you know what I mean. But you just take each part and strip that bare of fruit and then move on to the next one. So anyway, I'm just going to continue doing this for the next half an hour, and that will be enough work outside today. I don't want to go in yet because I will fall asleep after eating. The fish and chips was absolutely gorgeous. We ate in absolutely gorgeous, amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to do this now. Okay, bye. I want to show you what I've been doing. Sorry about the background noise. And anyway, I've just uncovered the fleece up here and I've put it over there because I need to cover up those gooseberries and the black currants over there. So I've covered them up and I've uncovered these, but as you can see this fruit is all done, so we need to uncover this all today. I've just had 3 amazing black currants off of here. These are huge black currants on this bush, but you don't get many of them. But they are really big, whereas the ones over there are really small. But the red currants, everything's done, so we need to take off the netting now, which will be quite interesting. Might have to snip some of the stuff off first before I pull the netting off, because as you can see it's been growing through the netting, so we don't want to cause too much damage. So we'll snip some of it off and then we'll pull the netting off. Then I'll show you once I've taken the netting off before I harvest the fruit. So I've got my basket ready. So we're going to do this because this is a really important job today. So let's crack on. I've covered the fruit with the black netting now, and I've cut all these bits off. So I'm going to take some cuttings. I'm sure I did this last year and none of them took. But I'm going to try again this year. But first of all, we're going to sit down and we're going to take off all the fruit. This is really pleasurable. I love doing this. So we're going to do this now. So right, I'm going to do that for the next, whenever we'll probably go in for a drink soon. So I'll be doing this till then. So okay. Out here taking the fruit off these bushes. I think we got back at 6:30 and it's now 7:10. So I've actually taken off as much fruit. There's still some red currants on that one. I'll probably leave that to the birds. This one I've taken off most of the white currants. There wasn't many, but there definitely wasn't many black currants on that black currant bush. But millions of red currants on the red currants. Here, look. A massive basket of red currants. I know there's a few that aren't thingy in there. I'll just take them ones out or just cook them with it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make some red currant jam because we like that. I'll probably just I'll freeze the black currants and the white currants, and we'll probably just put them on desserts. But as you can see, there are loads of red currants. So I've split them all up this year because last year I put them all together and made a mixed berry jam. But this year I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to just instantly freeze these, and I'm going to go through them in the morning and cook them and make some red currant jam, and I might freeze some as well. So as long as I've got enough to make one pot of red currant jam, that'll do. But look at that. That is a great harvest. So what I'll do with these next is just trim them next. So what I do is just cut them back down to, not cut them back, but get all these bits that are all twisted off and just cut them back to this year's growth. You can see here. See, this is last year's growth. Here, can you see that? You can't see it. It's really hard to see. Right, so the darker ones are last year's growth. So the fruit will come on this year's growth next year. So what you need to do is just, and it will still come on last year's growth and the year before's growth. I've noticed that they seem to come on the old stems as well as not the new ones that have just grown, but last year's growth. So what you need to do is just trim them up to last year's growth, but try not to cut it off completely, because the fruit should come on the growth that's come this year next year, if you know what I mean. That's what I think, and this is just by my observation by growing the currants, not by me reading anything. This is just my observation by me seeing where the currants grow, and a lot of them grow right down here on the older wood, and then they don't grow on the new wood this year, but they grow on the wood that's grown this year next year, but they still grow on the older wood as well. So I don't go mental trimming them, but as you can see, this white red currant here will be trimmed back to as big as where these blue rims are. Because there are some twisted, like where they're twisted, where they've got put in the net and twisted around. So I will trim them up. I'll also trim up this Aquilegia tomorrow and weed in here, because it definitely needs weeding. I cannot see many gooseberries in there. I haven't really looked, but I know I've got gooseberries over there. I'm not going to put the net on now because I've taken out as much of the fruit in here that I can. So I'm going to go in now, because that's all I wanted to do this evening, was just harvest the fruit, and now I need to process it quick. So we need to put these on, we have to put them on, and then we have to get all the sticks out and stuff. So usually I just sieve it basically to get the sticks out, and these I'm going to freeze, so we're not going to fuss around with those. We just put them straight in the freezer in some containers immediately. And I done my peas earlier, so I've done a load of peas today as well, and I think I've got a load more peas in the polytunnel. In fact, we'll go and have a quick look. I do think there's a lot of peas to harvest again. And tomorrow we need to water everything again, I think. In here, all needs watering again. It's getting a bit dry. And I'm going to try and put some more flowers in that bed. We've got loads of flowers over here, so perhaps we could pop some of these in. Or the mint. We've got mint zinnias that don't look very happy. And petunias look amazing. But in here we've still got a load of stuff that we could put in the garden. And these potatoes I was going to plant out, see if we get any potatoes. And we need to water again in the polytunnel, I think, tomorrow. Because I do worry about the tomatoes near the edges. And there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff soaking up all the, the goodness out of the soil. So we might have to give them a feed. But I was going to wait until we get more fruit on the tomatoes first before I start feeding them. The cucumbers, well, I could feed the cucumbers because they're down this end. So I might give them a phostogen feed. But I have sort of gone through the cucumbers a bit and taken off some of the, where there's double flowers growing in the insets here. So we only get one cucumber per inset, if you look here. So you only get one cucumber growing rather than 2 or 3. Because otherwise they really struggle to grow. So you take out the smaller flowers. See here we've got cucumbers growing. So you try and take out, like here. See this is a cucumber here. And if there's something else growing like that, you take it out. So you don't get more than one thing growing in each inset, if you know what I mean. So say here. So we've got this nice flower, but also in there is some other stuff trying to grow. We'll leave it for today, but we will probably take it out. And here, there's probably more flowers trying to grow, so we pick them off. And then just let this one flower, this one cucumber grow there. Okay? So that's what you do. And once you get the cucumbers to the height that you want, just pinch out the tops. Because you don't want them to keep going on forever and ever. Because you don't want to like put the plant out under stress and trying to grow too many cucumbers all at the same time. Now I found that this is, there's 2 cucumbers there. I need to take one out. So we just got one growing. So I did go through this the other day, and also when they grow out this way too much, I take them out. So they concentrate on growing upwards rather than outwards. A bit like tomatoes, I suppose. Anyway, we've got a load of peas in here that we need to harvest. And we need to harvest some marigold so we can make some marigold oil and balm. I did move my whatever these are. Oh God, I've forgotten now. What are they called? Delphiniums. I moved my delphiniums because they got too big for the table. So the big one here, I'm trying to wrap it around the fig tree. Yeah, it got too big for the table and was touching the ceiling. Anyway, we've got a load more peas here that we need to harvest on this pea plant. Yeah, we can do a load more peas. This plant, these peas are really good. I know we did get a bit of an issue at the beginning, but these are packed with peas, these pods. They're amazing. And we've got these new ones over here. I don't know what these ones are like. These are a different one. These are called Onwards. These look like really fat peas as well. Starting to thicken out now, look. That one there. So, look, there's loads more down there. So we'll be able to harvest them soon. Look, there's loads. What's going on with this tomato? Where are you going? This tomato needs putting in its place. It's trying to go over there, so I better adjust that. Anyway, I'm probably finished now, so I'll just turn the camera on. So it's the 2nd of August today. July. Not August yet, so 2nd of July, and I've harvested all my red currants, black currants and white currants from the currant beds. So I still have black currants in the other side, but they're not ripe yet, so I've covered them up. So we've done all that harvesting today, which I'm really pleased about. So I'm actually finished now. I'm not doing any more work outside today. I just want to sort this poor tomato plant out here. I'm keeping a really close eye on these tomato plants, wrapping them around their appropriate string so they don't get carried away, and pinching them out basically. Like half the leaves, if they get too big, I just take half the leaves off, so they only have to worry about growing half the leaf growth, because otherwise you get loads and loads of leaves and not many tomatoes. But we've got lots and lots of flowers now. I think we got flowers earlier this year than I did last year, and in fact these tomato plants done better this year than they did last year. So I don't know why that is. I don't know. I grew Pomodoro last year and they didn't grow as well as they're doing this year so far. Touch wood, that they're all right. And the ones over here, they're doing all right as well. And then ones there are doing all right. So at the moment, the tomato plants seem to be doing all right. That one there needs a bit of a helping hand. The borage seems to be wanting to lean on it. So we get a stick and move the borage over. That's it for today. I'm not doing any more gardening right now, so that's it. I'm feeling very sleepy now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please give me a like and a thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Let me know if you've harvested any fruit in your garden yet. The only reason why these currants have ripened is because I cover them up and look after them like babies. I don't leave them out in the wind and cold. I make sure they're completely covered up and in a beddy buys type of scenario, so they're all snuggly and warm together, and then they all ripen. So that seems to work, and they don't get eaten by the birds. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.